Hi, my dear students. Very good evening. Welcome back to my class. Students, I started new lesson, crop production and the management. So, let us start the class, students. Agriculture. So, let me give small recap about the previous class. So, agriculture is a branch of science which deals with the production of plants and raising of the animals useful to the man. See children, so agriculture in the sense it is not only about the plants. Even the animal husbandry also will come under the category of agriculture. What is the reason? See children, we human beings depend on plant resources as well as the animal resources. Okay, so that's the reason we'll call human beings as omnivores. Okay, next, this agriculture involves cultivation, breeding, management of crops and the livestock. See children, make a note of this. Agriculture involves cultivation, breeding, management of crops and the livestock. Okay, now let us see the different types of crops present in India. Already I explained there are two types of crops were there, Kharif and the Rabi, and third type of crop also there, that is Zaid crop. First type is Kharif and the second one is Rabi, third one is Zaid crop. Okay. Rabi crop, Kharif crop and third important one is Zaid crop. There are three types of crops are there in India. First, let us talk about the Kharif crop. This Kharif crop is also nothing but rainy season crop. Grown during the monsoon or rainy season. This Kharif crop especially grown during the monsoon and the rainy seasons. This crop requires warm and wet weather. So which type of climate is suitable for the Kharif crop, my dears? Warm and wet weathers. And especially sown in the June or July months and harvested in the September or October months. This Kharif crop sown during the June and July and harvested in the September and the October months. Examples for this Kharif crop: rice, jowar, urad, bajra, cotton, pea, moong, groundnuts. These are the different examples for Kharif crop. Rice, jowar, urad, cotton, pea. Next, let us see the second type of crop, that is Rabi crop. This is also known as winter season crop. Okay, grown during the winter season, requires cold and dry weather. It requires, students, what type of weather? Cold and dry weather. This cultivation of this Rabi crop doesn't require more water, students, actually. So, sown during the October and harvested in the month of April. So, this month you should remember, students. Name of the crop and months also very important. Next, examples for the Rabi crop: wheat, barley, gram, mustard and the potato are the best examples for Rabi crop. We can call this Rabi crop also as winter season crop. Winter season crop. Next, let us see the second type of crop, that is Zaid crop, grown during the summer season. Okay, it requires warm, dry weather. Sown in the March and harvested in the June month, and seasonal fruits and the vegetables are the best examples for Zaid crop. Seasonal fruits, vegetables are the best example, grown during the summer. Okay, so the favorable months are March, sown in the March and harvested in the June. So this is about the different types of crops were existed in the India. Let us see the students, how many were present today? Okay, Tanishk and Vaishnavi. So, Vaishnavi, can you raise your hand? Shall we interact? Vaishnavi, please give me response, Amma. Hello, Vaishnavi is there? You are getting my voice, Ray? Tanishk, you? Okay. Let us continue the class, students. So far, we have seen the different types of crops. Right. Now, let us discuss different instruments which are used for the agriculture, for the cropping. So, name of the implements this side and uses on this side is there. So, let us discuss one by one. First one is kurpa. It is for weeding. For removal of unwanted plants, we'll use this kurpa. Next one is spade. For digging and the bunds formation, we'll use this. Okay, I'll continue the class, students, and I am unable to interact you people. Okay, let us do that in the next class. Let me continue the class. Next one, the third important one is wooden plough. You know, plough. So it can be made with the iron or wood. So it is widely used for the ploughing of the soil, or you can also call this ploughing as a tilling. So the other name of ploughing is, students, tilling. Okay, we can also call this as tilling. Next, soil plank. It is for breaking clumps. Seed drill for sowing seeds. Harrow for weeding. Sickle for harvesting. Sprayers, it can be used to spray the insecticides or pesticides over the crop. And the combine, so it is widely used for the harvesting and the threshing. So these are the implements generally used by the farmers in the fields. So kurpa, spade, wooden plough, soil plank, seed drill, harrow, sickle, sprayer and combine. Let us see this. See children, this is the kurpa. What is this? This is kurpa. Okay, this is the spade, children. Spade. This is the soil plank. Soil plank, and this one is the harrow. These are the instruments generally used by the farmer. And fertilizers, sprayers. These are the sprayer tanks. Let us see Now, in the last class, I discussed about the different steps in the agricultural practices. Right? Already we discussed. How many steps, children? There are 7 agricultural practices are there. What are those? First one is preparation of the soil, and the second one is sowing of the seeds. Third step is addition of fertilizers and the manure, and fourth one is irrigation. Fifth one is weeding, and sixth one is harvesting. Seventh one is storage. So these are the 7 different steps were there under the agriculture practices. In the previous class, we discussed about preparation of the soil. Under the preparation of the soil, I discussed about the ploughing and the leveling. And the second step is sowing of the seeds, also we discussed about broadcasting. Next, by using seed drillers. So how the farmers used to sprinkle the seeds in their fields. Everything we discussed in the last class. Now, let us see about the applying fertilizers. Actually, what do you mean by manure and the fertilizers? There is a lot of differences there between the manure and the fertilizers. Fertilizers are the chemical substances which are used manually by the farmer. So, actually, for what, children? There are some fields deficient in the certain nutrients like potassium, sulfate and all these things. So, in such case, farmers, they used to add manually this type of fertilizers to enrich the development in the plants. So that is the reason farmers used to add fertilizers and the manure to their field to get good products. Okay. Now, eventually the soil even turn infertile. To avoid this situation, farmers often add substances called fertilizers. See, children, if you keep on using the same field for years together, so what will happen? So for continuously farmers used to use the same agriculture field for minimum 20 to 30 years. So what will happen after certain stage? So that particular field may lose the fertility. Okay, so all the nutrients get completed. So in such case, what will happen? Farmers used to add the fertilizers, some type of chemical substances manually in order to develop the growth. Right? Now, let us talk about the manure and the fertilizers. First, let us talk about the manure. Manure is organic natural substances derived from the decomposition of the biological agents. So, manure is, students, organic substances. Manure is organic substances. These are prepared from the biological materials only. It contains organic matter in the large quantities, contain nutrients in small quantities and are needed in the large quantities. They are not nutrient specific. They are prepared in the fields and the villages. Manures are bulky substances, so these are inconvenient to store, use and transport. Do not cause any pollution. So use of manure is better solution than the use of fertilizers. The reason is that by using manures, we will not get any side effects and there is pollution free. Okay, so it is very simply prepared by the farmer itself in his field itself. For the preparation of the manures, so it doesn't require big machinery or big places. Right? So very simply, so farmer can prepare this type of manure in their fields itself. That is the greatest advantage of the manure. So it requires very less amount. Okay, now let us see the next type, that is fertilizers. These are organic or some are inorganic substances. Okay, organic matter is not present. In the case of manure, organic matter is present. See, fertilizers contains much higher amounts of the nutrients and are required in very small quantities. See children, fertilizers having high amount of the nutrients when compared to the manure. These are nutrient specific. They are manufactured in the factories. These are available in the concentrated form. So these are easy to store, use and transport. Whereas manure, very tough to store and very tough to use and transport. Whereas this type of fertilizers, this will cause air pollution, soil pollution, water pollution. Okay, so these are using chemical fertilizers is not a good thing. Okay, so now and then people are encouraging the organic products only. So where in the organic culture, students generally they'll use manure only. Okay, actually manures can be prepared by the farmer itself by using, see children, food wastes, agriculture wastes. Okay, so what they'll do, even farmer can prepare in his field itself. It's very simple method. Okay, it requires very less amount for the preparation of the manure. Okay, but chemical fertilizers, it is very costly and they are dangerous to use also. Only because of the chemical fertilizers only, now and then people are suffering with the so many health hazards. Okay, so what is the reason? Whatever we are eating, the food grains and the vegetables and the fruits, they are made up of the chemical constraints. So by eating those things, obviously we are getting some side effects, health problems. That's the reason now and then even the small children also facing the health problems. Okay, now this is about the manure and the fertilizers. Now let us see the fourth step, that is irrigation. Okay, so we completed 3 steps. Preparation of the soil, children, we completed. Sowing of the seeds, and third one, addition of fertilizers and manure also we completed. Now let us see the irrigation part. Okay. What do you mean by irrigation? So, irrigation is nothing but supply of the water to the plant is irrigation. First, let me explain why water is necessary for the plant. Children, you know, plants are the autotrophs, right? Plants are autotrophs. So, autotrophs means here the plants having the capability of self-synthesizing the food materials. Okay, so what is the process they'll perform? To photosynthesis. Right. So in this photosynthesis, plants requires carbon dioxide and water. So these two things are nothing but the raw materials required for preparation of the carbohydrates. Okay, so plants are the primary producers in the nature. So the reason is that these are the plants, they're providing food to the entire nature. That's the reason we'll call plants as primary producers. Primary producers. Okay, now see, by combining carbon dioxide with the water, they'll be preparing the carbohydrate. Okay, in addition to this, they also get water and the oxygen. So this is nothing but the glucose. Okay, everybody should know this reaction. Very fundamental thing in the biology. Carbon dioxide, water gives rise to glucose, water and oxygen. Okay, so our plants do require the water for their growth and development. So providing or supplying the water to the field or the crops is nothing but the irrigation. Understood? Okay. And one more important point I would like to mention that, see children, plant is having the root system and shoot system, right? So through these roots, okay, so this here we have the soil, and through the roots plants can absorb the water, right? So not only absorbing the water, along with this water absorption, this plant is also absorbing the nutrients which are present in the surrounding soil. Okay, see children, only carbon dioxide, only water doesn't sufficient for the plant growth. Okay, for good growth of the plant, it also requires some additional things such as minerals and the nutrients. So who is supplying all these things? Soil itself supplying the nutrients, minerals to the plant. So you know children, these minerals and the nutrients are the solutes. So these are these cannot be absorbed by the roots, right? So root is having small hair-like projections called root hairs. So root hairs, these are very thin. These are very thin, almost like capillaries. Okay, so these thin sections cannot absorb by the solute particles which are present in the soil. Those are nothing but the nutrients and all, right? So these nutrients, minerals get dissolved in the water, first of all. Now this dissolved form of the solution can be easily absorbed by the roots. Okay, now this roots supplies to the entire parts of the plant. We'll be having the xylem vessels in the plant. Okay, so xylem vessels are the water conductive tissue in the plant. Through these xylem vessels, water is distributed to the different parts of the plant. Understand, students? Okay, so for these things to do well, plant required good levels of the water. I hope you understood my concept. Now let us start about the irrigation. Okay, see the process of supplying water to the crop. The process of supplying water to the crop plants growing in the fields by means of canals, reservoirs, wells, tube wells, etc. See children, these are canals, reservoirs, lakes, all these are the water sources or water bodies, you can say. So from these water bodies only we can supply water to the fields. Water provides essential macronutrients to the crop. Okay, water provides what, students? This water provides macronutrients to the plant. Okay. Now there are different types of irrigation systems are there. Okay, what are those? Soil based irrigation system and crop based irrigation. Okay, soil based means depending upon the soil, amount of water requirement is there, right? So soil based irrigation means crops grown in the sandy soil requires more frequent irrigation than the crops grown in the clayey soil. Okay, there are two types of soil, students, sandy and the clayey soils. Sandy soil requires frequent supply of the water, whereas clayey soil doesn't require the frequent supply of the water, right? There's a lot of differences there between the clayey and the sandy soils. So this is the soil based irrigation. Next, crop based irrigation. See, paddy crop is transplanted in the standing water, requires more water supply as compared to the wheat, gram, cotton. See children, when you'll go to the villages, we can see that paddy, small paddy plantlets, they'll be present in the stagnant water. Okay, if you'll ask your grandparents or parents, they'll explain. Okay, so once observe, visualize the atmosphere. So children, it's a very of course we all have the theoretical knowledge, but we all should have the practical, and we should feel all these things. Okay, then only we can get the concepts very clearly. Science is nothing but it's not like by hearting the things and getting the concepts. You need to understand very well. So when you will understand very well, when you'll know the things, when you'll see the things, original things, then only you could able to get the real concepts. So whatever the subject it is, whether it's a math, science, physics or chemistry, so try to go watch the different channels in YouTube and all. You can say, better to have an idea, search in internet. Okay, you people are having the excellent facilities now and then. Okay, so you utilize the technology for proper, okay, positively. So whatever concept were thought today, so try to search in the internet, so that try to once see the visuals, pictures, so that you can understand the concepts very clearly. So no need of by hearting, children. By hearting means you forgot very immediately, very next day or following day you will forgot. But if you understand, if you know the concept deeply, okay, you can remember the things for long time. Understand? Please follow these tips, not only in the science, not only in the biology. So follow same tips in the other subjects also. Understand the things. If you will not understand means, once again ask the teacher, they'll explain. Understand? Okay, children. See, crop based irrigation. Paddy crop transplanted in the standing water requires more water supply as compared to the wheat, gram, cotton, etc. Methods of irrigation, traditional methods. There are 4 traditional methods were there: moat, chain pump, Dekli, Rahat. So Rahat is also known as level system. Moat, chain pump, Dekli, Rahat also known as level system. Moat is pulley system, whereas Rahat is level system. Okay, children, these are the different methods. Now, whatever I explained, these are traditional methods. Okay, moat, chain pump. So, just I am giving the introduction of the traditional irrigation methods. In the next class, let us discuss all these things very deeply. Okay, see the moat, chain pump, Rahat system, Dekli. These are the traditional methods, students. Okay, our grandparents, ancient people used to follow this type of methods to irrigate their fields. By that time, technology is not available, right? So, these are the modern methods such as drip irrigation method, sprinkler system and fertigation. So, these 3 are the modern methods of irrigation. Generally, people are now using these methods: drip irrigation, sprinkler system, fertigation. See, children, this is the drip irrigation. So they'll be having the pipes in their field. So this is the sprinkle irrigation. These are also having the sprinklers in their field. So it is spraying the water like rain. Okay, so sprinkler irrigation, drip irrigation, sprinkler. Next, removal of weeds. Okay, this is the 5th step. Okay, so far we completed the irrigation method. Ancient methods we discussed and the modern methods also discussed. Let us see the modern methods. Okay, children. Let us continue the same in the next class. Have a nice day all. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Close chesemantara. Hi students, do you have any doubts in the class? Tanishk, Vijay, Sandeep. Please raise your hand if you have any doubts, students. Let us interact. Tanishk, please raise your hand. Sandeep. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Delete chair. Why? Okay. You want me to repeat the months of Kharif crop? Okay. So I'll explain this in the next session, students. So thank you all. Thank you so much.